So, study industrial engineering in Germany. Here are our guests. And I want to mention about the organizer of the session, which is My German University, Germany's largest study program database, where you can find all the different programs offered by German universities in different languages. Why is this database different and also useful? Because you can narrow down the search according to multiple filters that could be interesting for you. For example, you already have your IELTS and TOEFL. You are searching programs that are have no admission restriction or have a specific application mode or from city side and so on. So you can apply all those filters, narrow down the search, favorite programs, and even see them in a live webinar to ask your questions. Then we have lots of articles. They are very informative, especially for internationals who want to have more details about visa or scholarship, maybe uni assist and other things. And this way, you can read the article not only in English, but also different languages because we are translating them. If somebody from Germany is joining right now and you want to know more about 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘍, then switch the page to the German version, and you will even see a whole series of 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘧 articles in German language. Of course, the webinars, you know them, you are joining one of them. But just to briefly mention, we have two types of webinars. We have general and subject-specific webinars. The subject-specific webinars like today aim to connect you with your future program already now. Maybe you are considering to study in Germany, or you already know that you want to apply to one of those programs, and you have a chance to connect with them, to understand the program, and then further apply and start your studies in Germany. In general webinars, my colleagues and I present broader topics like uni assist, visa, scholarship, studying in Germany, and this way we have there a bit different atmosphere, let's say, because there are broader questions. So today we encourage you using this webinar for your benefit to really understand the content and ask questions about the programs. But in general webinars, it's more broad, you know. So, for example, tomorrow there is a webinar about scholarships, and as far as I see, there are 600 people joining. So I hope I will survive tomorrow's webinar as well. This is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. We are counseling in different languages, and of course, we are happy to share our experience from international perspective, at least from my side, and others, how it feels studying and living in Germany. Now, I talked a lot about the study finder, but I also want to show you it in practice. And this is how it looks like. So if you go to study finder, because the previous version was a demo version, and you have lots of filters which can be combined, then you can sort programs, and all programs have different looks. So there could be different tiles, more information than other programs have. And this way you can select which program could be interesting. So why do you need this? Because in industrial engineering, you have 251 programs, and probably you are not going one by one to see each. Therefore, first you will narrow down by bachelor and master and apply the language, tuition, and other things. And then you have a short list of programs that could be interesting to you. We also have subject pages. We do have one for industrial engineering, which provides description of the subject, tuition fees, application, admission requirements, language requirements, some universities that offer such kind of programs, what are the programs that they still have deadline open, and so on. So I really like those subject pages, and myself, when preparing for webinar, I always check them and find lots of interesting information. Very, very important is the following advice: to always understand the program to which you apply, not be guided by just single aspects, but understand the program because all programs are different, unique, and so that you are making an informed decision. This is really important. Now, about the universities in Germany, in case you are super new to the field and you don't know why there are universities and universities of applied sciences, I just want to mention that there are not in case you want to know about the historic differences, you can check our article in this regard. But what I want to mention today is that usually programs offered by universities are more research and theory oriented. Universities of applied sciences have more application and practice oriented programs. But again, to go back to my previous slide, Each program is very different and unique, therefore please check its content and understand what are the offerings and what will you learn in this specific course. Now, this could be interesting, or maybe answering some of the questions. Do I qualify if I have this background? You can always check it yourself. For all programs, there are qualifications which are mandatory and you need to meet them. If you meet qualification requirements, then you already can check admission documents and start collecting them so that you apply. And now, I would like to start with a Bachelor's Engineering International Bachelor of Wood Technology Study program presented by Professor Dr. 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘆 from Rosenheim Technical University of Applied Sciences. For short location and some quick facts for the program, have a look on the slide.
This is Rosenheim. We're a technical University of Applied Sciences, and we're talking today particularly about a sustainable product, wood. We have a industrial engineering degree in wood technology here, and it's actually world famous for wood technology. And we're celebrating this year our 100th year of wood technology in Rosenheim. Just trying to move the Zoom bar to the bottom. So for those of you who are maybe not sure where Rosenheim is, we're very close to the Alps. We're south of Munich. We're 1 hour from the airport by car and 1 hour 20 by train. And we'll see a few pictures later. It's a beautiful area. Munich, of course, is known for Oktoberfest that just finished here. And it's now moving, it's a beautiful day today, but it's moving towards the winter time, getting a little colder. Oops. Okay, well, in Rosenheim, so we have a number of bachelor's and master's programs. We have some English taught degree programs as well in typical areas like business, technology, design, health, and social, but most programs are in German. And we have also, you can see there on the right side, several campuses. Our main campus is in Rosenheim. There's one by the Chiemsee Lake and some smaller campuses a little further out. We have about 7,500 students and we have about 1,500 international students. So it's a small university. It is a public university, which means that we are very low cost. So we have a low professor to student ratio. We have a lot of labs, very hands-on lab, a lot of lab work. And of course, Bavaria is known as a very strong economic region in the world, actually. Our course starts, a couple special things. The degree starts in the summer semester. So maybe you can hear, I'm American. So we always had spring semesters and fall semesters. In Germany, things work a little bit differently. We have summer semesters and winter semesters. So we start in March and we go until July. And then we have from October to the end of February as our winter semester. So it's a little bit different, this program, because we're actually starting in the summer semester. And also what's important for this program is that you will not be doing a program in English. You'll be starting in English and you'll be learning German in parallel. And so this is very unique. We have a sister program also at Rosenheim, which does it similarly. It was funded by the DAAD program. The idea is that you start a semester early so that you can learn German. So, which means you have to come with an A2 certificate in German. And then you will learn German to the B2 level, and then you will join the other German students. And the word wood in German is Holz. So you'll join the other Holzer in the second semester. And I think most of you know the best way to learn a language is not in a classroom, it's really working, living in the country, speaking the language. And so what you achieve here, it's a lot of work, but you achieve fluency in German. And yeah, there's this more on this later, but you know, I guarantee you a job. We can always find work. If you can speak German and you know wood technology, you're set. We have, as I said, it's not like one of the massive universities where you have thousands of students. We have lots of labs. In the first semester, we already will be building furniture. So the person who asked about design will see there's also a furniture design course. But we have labs that range from, dealing with the industrial wood technology machines to dealing with wood as a material type testing. We also have labs for testing furniture, for example. And as I said, though, since we're so well known for wood technology, the jobs are worldwide. We have companies that, of course, are based all over the world. There's lots of wood production in India, in Indonesia, in China, in Brazil, in Poland, and of course in Germany as well. And our students are very sought after. So there is a kind of underground 𝘗𝘓𝘪𝘥 network that you will then be a part of. And the pictures of the students that you see there, when they're in their 7th semester, they wear a hat. So you see the students running around in their 7th semester wearing these hats. And then you know that they've been studying wood technology here. So important dates, again, we have application deadlines until the 15th of January. And you have to go through UniAssist. So if you don't know what that is, please let me know later. But in Germany, many of the universities require that you have your documents checked by a central organization called UniAssist, because they have to check if you're qualified to study in Germany. Then the winter semester is the 1st of October to the 14th of February, and the summer semester is the 15th of March to the 31st of July. And our exams are at the end of semester. I don't want to look at this in too much detail because it's a lot to see, but what I want to point out is you start in the summer semester. And so a normal student coming in the winter would take 6 courses. You take 6 courses, but 2 of them are German. So this means you have, for the first 3 semesters, German classes. And you already, though, start with these 2 classes here in German with your German colleagues in the winter semester. The other courses here are in English, and you do them with actually these yellow ones, you do them with other engineering students. So you come in the summer semester, you take all your classes in English, and with 2 of them, you're with the other international students that have started. And these 2 classes here, you just be with the wood technology students. And you take German. Then the next semester, again, physics and chemistry and English, and you start taking wood physics and wood anatomy, and basically mechanical engineering, first mechanical engineering class in German. And we can also look at that if you have questions. This is all on our website, but here is your full 8th semester degree. Again, you start in the summer, you have German, then the fall comes, you have German in parallel, you start in German, and from then on, you're with the German students. And what's very nice about this degree is there you have your furniture design. Here you have, basics of CAD, computer-aided design. Here you're doing business courses. I actually teach the production management, which is the lean manufacturing and the digital process and resource planning. So those are standard for any industrial engineering course. We also look at a lot of construction. So if you're interested in construction and building architecture, it's a springboard, this degree. If you love wood and you love, working on wooden products, of course you can use this degree, but if you're interested in working in any other area, you've got a very strong engineering degree, which holds you in good stead for anything else. So sometimes our students do masters in mechatronics or electrical engineering. You've already had some information technology basics. You've got some electrical engineering basics here. And you can take, in advanced electives, you can take more deep subjects that you're more interested in, whether it be robotics or programming, or if you want design, right? So there's an internship that's required. Now, normally for international students, I recommend that you do that in Germany for your German, but you can also do it at home if you want. We have a bachelor's thesis also. You can also do that in a company. You can do that abroad if you want. Normally, of course, that would take place a semester later. So again, this is on our website, but I can certainly answer questions about it. My main message is that this is a very solid degree from engineering fundamentals to really understanding the business behind it. The slides will be available later, but there are application instructions and deadlines and checklists available on our website. But essentially, you need to submit to UniAssist and make sure that you have your language certificates for these. And we have student fees for international students, non-EU students, of 500 euros per semester. So there's also an 85 euro student union fee. So that means the entire degree would cost you 4,500 euros for the tuition and the student union. Living in Rosenheim, I think everyone realizes living in Germany is not that cheap. It would probably cost you about 1,000 euros per month because you need to find housing, you need to pay for your food, you need your health insurance, and this is estimated. This is also updated and available on our websites. But yeah, it's of course an investment, but you're looking at much lower fees than, for example, in the US or in England. And so that's one reason why Germany, of course, is very attractive for international students. And last, Rosenheim, of course, is very beautiful. It's a small city, and it's right next to the Alps, so you can just take local trains, and you can buy your train pass. It's very, very cheap for all over Germany the whole year. And you can go hiking, you can go to the lakes that are around. And of course, it's right in the center of Europe, so it's easy also to visit other countries. Yeah, it's maybe not always so sunny as this, but like, for example, today is beautiful. We do have, for international students, we're expanding our international support. So we have actually a team dedicated to international students now that will help look for housing, that will help support with questions about health insurance and that type of thing. As I said, I'm not German, so this is also a struggle for me at the beginning. And I think anytime you go to a new country, you've got to get used to these different bureaucratic hurdles. But also, what I really like about Rosenheim is, you do learn German because people do speak German, and we are, though, making a big effort. I see almost everything now is also translated into English, and a few years ago that wasn't the case. So we're really working on being more welcoming and being, we have quite a people come now, and they certainly notice there's a lot of international students. If you're interested, my email is there. You can contact me there or through my GU, through Nino, and our Studienberatung, the study program advisor, is Mr. Heinrich, and he's available under studienberatung@th-rosenheim.de. And I think that is all I wanted to say. I hope I didn't go too much over time.
Professor Dr. Markus Kleinschwärzer will be presenting a program from Hochschule der Bayerische Wirtschaft, Digital Factory and Operational Excellence Master Science Program. I will stop the screen.
Hi to everybody. So I'm presenting today the Digital Factory and Operational Excellence Master. So my name is Markus Kleinschwärzer. I'm a German. I'm more than a German, I'm a Bavarian. This is, I'm located here in the area of Munich. So when I was very international in my business with big international companies. So when I'm located in the Department of Wirtschaft and 𝘗𝘓𝘳𝘕𝑛, who is doing the Digital Factory and Operational Excellence Master. So I want to present you the approach for the master degree, and also where we are located, the surrounding where we are, the building, the facilities. I want to show you what is the focus on in our general approach at the Hochschule der Bayerischen Wirtschaft. English translation would be Bavarian University of Business and Engineering. It's a university of applied science. So I want to move forward to the next slide. So we are founded in 2014. So we are a University of Applied Science. We are offering bachelor master programs. We offer also courses in engineering, IT, and business. We are located next to the Munich Trade Fair. We are just about 20 minutes from the Munich City Center located. We have around about 500 students from more than 50 countries, so we are very international. We have already over 700 successful graduates. We have 70 professors and lecturers, and more than 70 direct cooperation partners. So what you can see here is the terminal, the former terminal from the old Munich airport. And this is where we are located here on the upper floors. We have our lecture rooms, and also in the side buildings, we have additional rooms for our lectures. So we are a small university, and we have a special focus on students, which what I want to show you in the next slides. Here's some more pictures. As you can see, this is the old terminal building from the airport. It's still existing, and on the upper floors we are built on with our university. This is one of the bigger lecture rooms. This is another one. We have a lot of facilities for the students to relax, to make breakout sessions and things like that. And as I said, our focus here is the student and the personality of the students. We have small classes encouraging active participation. We have a very strong interaction between the students and the professors and lecturers. So your personality takes a center stage at our university. We have a very close interaction with outstanding professors. Since our professors, most of them had a very long career in business, in their certain profession. So, and most of them are still running their own companies beside the university job. So we have a very actual informations from the industry, which we present towards our students. We have interdisciplinary courses and development of job-related soft skills. As I mentioned before, your personality has a very big focus at our university, especially since we have started with our master degrees a couple of years ago, and we have a very strong, a very high level of international students in the master degrees, which are not so familiar with the German culture. And therefore we said, okay, and decided keep them very interactive, support them as much as possible to bring them into the German culture, and also bring them together with the German students. So we have international classes with a lot of different cultures, with a lot of different languages, and this makes studying at our university very interesting. So we have a free online library, and we have access towards the Bayerische Staatsbibliothek. Bayerische Staatsbibliothek is a very, very big library, and it's also the library of the Ludwig-Maximilian University in Munich, and he has thousands of books and documents for free, and we have access towards the library. So if you have to do a research, operational task, a work, whatever, you can use the link and the access to get prepared on a very, very high scientific level. So we have a focus on real-world practice using state-of-the-art methods. We have the most actual methods, as I said before. Most of our professors are still in business, and they have a very, very close interaction with the industry, mid-sized company, and the big players. And we have in Munich a lot of big players who are world market leader in the international markets. So we have also a focus on active involvement. We have a lot of case studies, group work, business cases, and papers. And Munich, as Professor Ott already mentioned, is a very, very nice location. Also, as Rosenheim, a bit bigger. And I will come back then in some slides. Munich is a bit more expensive than Rosenheim, but I think a bit more attractive than Rosenheim, I hope. So what master degrees we are offering? So we have on the one side the digital business modeling and entrepreneurship. The degree is a Master of Arts. And also we're starting with offering an MBA. We have cybersecurity, and it ends up with a degree of Master of Science. And the focus master on this session today is a digital factory and operational excellence. And you will get then, by finishing this one, the Master of Science. So what is the DFE? And this is the short of Digital Factory and Operational Excellence. It is developed with German industry leaders. The focus is to train future managers in the field of production logistics. It's a mixture of relevant topics to get you into projects and leading positions in the industry. And you will also learn how to analyze, optimize, and plan factory and logistic processes by combining theoretical methods and case studies and projects from the field. And the degree will be, as I mentioned before, Master of Science. So we now dive a bit in to the topic, what are the courses we are offering and how long it will take. It's full-time. It's 3 semesters plus 1 pre-semester, and we'll come back later to that pre-semester. So we have 3 semesters in full-time, 5 semesters in part-time. We have 3 main topics, and they are mentioned here below: management and leadership and strategy, industrial engineering and production management, information and data management. And at the end, you will also have to do project work and project management in your thesis. So a lecture is on campus and online. This is a mixture. So we have block sessions in Munich, and you can do it also online. I have a lecture, decision theory, as it's shown here, and the master, and this is done online. We have it this semester always Wednesday morning from 9 till 12:15. So this is a possibility for especially the international students that they have not to stay all the time in Munich. So they can do lectures from wherever in the world and have to come to show up in the block sessions which take place at the campus in Munich. So the exams, what we are providing in the master are case studies, project work, and written exams. Depends on the lecture and on the subject. So this is the pre-semester, and this pre-semester focus on qualifying you to stay in a different culture for the international students, because what we have learned is that a lot of students coming from all around the world have problems with different cultures and language. And as we heard it before, to join the German culture, it's quite important also to be able to speak and understand the German language, because we are quite different to the rest of the world if it comes to behavior, treatment of different people. This is in this area with Austria and Switzerland, we are quite different to other regional areas. And therefore, and this was the reason why we decided to start with a pre-master for students, was the case to implement this approach. So you should learn in the pre-semester, the preparation phase, the German language, the German culture and business. You should also learn, and depends from what university you're coming from, is the scientific work, scientific writing and project work. You should also learn the principles of management science, principle of finance and accounting, which is the basis then to start with the master degree, and you will get an introduction of logistics and production management. So what are your skills after the graduation? You will know the components and action dimensions of factory design, planning and optimization. You will also learn analysis and design methods, as well as digital tools for planning, optimizing production and logistic area programming, simulation, and Industry 4.0. You can develop strategies in the international production work and the supply chain and evaluate them on the basis of key figures. Just for your information, the German Amazon headquarters is also in Munich, so we have also contact to them. If it comes to logistics, they are, I would say, a world leader. So you can apply the methods of lean management, lean production, as well as other management methods. This is also quite important to stay the competition in the worldwide context. You will also know how to change management projects, how to handle change management projects, measure decision-making processes, and the basics of investment and finance theory you will also get on the hand, and you get qualified on that. You will know the terms of business intelligence, big data, and associated information technology applications. You will learn the basics of data science, artificial intelligence, and cyber security, and you will learn the special features of international and intercultural project work, which will become more and more important because the international companies and supply chains are going around the world, and with the artificial intelligence, this becomes more and more important. So the pre-master approach, as I stated before, here a summary shown on the slide. 1 semester in-person preparation course for learning. Compulsory if you have a non-EU bachelor degree, you will get trained in German language and German culture, scientific writing, project work, in Linux programming, digital technologies programming, and advanced mathematics. Complete recognition is possible for those which are matching bachelor's degree and more than 3 years of working experience and/or with a proof of the relevant requirements. So it's very often you can pass this one. You have not go through this stage. It depends on the qualification you had in your bachelor degree. So when we have to check this case by case. And we have also introduced this because of the experience of the past, since we found out that we have different levels of qualification when we start with our master degree, and to get it on an intellectual and scientific similar level, we decided to implement it, and we found out that at the end of the master degree, the students had a easier writing of the master thesis and had a easier going through the overall master approach by doing this pre-master. So the conditions: we are a private university with public recognition. So fully English lecture master degree program, 3 semester full-time plus 1 pre-semester, as I mentioned just the slide before. We start on March the 15th and October the 1st, 2 times a year. Consider the time needed for visa application. This is also a topic where we found out it's important to mention, because it takes always the time, the financing, and also the application for the visa takes a time. So therefore you have to prepare yourself when you want to start. Application deadline is summer semester. For non-EU applications is December the 15th. Winter semester for non-EU applications is 3rd of June. We have a continuously admission process, so you can get in contact anytime. So the monthly fees, the actual fee is posted on the web page. It was in 2025 about 790 euros a month. We have no hidden cost. Everything is included for studying in that. And the prerequisites are completed bachelor degree with 180 ECTS and work experience, or 210 ECTS in a relevant field, and English must be the B2 level. So how is the admission process? You can go on our internet page, online application. You can do that online. You should bring in a motivation letter, a tabular CV, qualification certificate you should upload, and then you will get an interview with a study director. Decision is on admission, and enrollment in the study program is the last step. So the contact information, it's Sarah Zurek. She is doing the study advisory service at Konrad-Zuse-Platz in Munich. And the email address is Studienberatung at hdbw-hochschule.de. Thanks for listening.
And yeah, thank you very much for all the program details you shared. Now let's dive into the Q&A, as we have quite an active audience today. Professor Ott, the first question is for you. Do we learn mainly about traditional woodworking, or also about new materials like composites and sustainable alternatives? You are muted.
Sorry. Well, the first also learn about.
It says composites.
Composite materials. Yeah. So no, traditional craft work, not specifically. It's, there's the industrial part of it. There's the, the surfacing techniques and stuff. But a lot of the projects that you do, we have people that are, you will see them running around building things. So you're certainly doing, would be called traditional work anyway, because you have all the tools there. Like there's actually a competition to build these like model bridges, and every year it's a different requirement. And then so students are busy in the workshops building their bridges, or building for the furniture design class, you're building your own furniture. So you're certainly then using traditional techniques, so carpentry techniques. And yeah, composites. So I'm not sure who asked the question, but obviously you know a lot about wood, because of course that's the hot topic, right? And there's all sorts of research also at a pretty high level about looking at different types of panels that can be made with different types of material. And one of the big customers for wood technology are people who build yachts. So So the big boats on looking at types of materials that will withstand humidity problems, of course, is also big. So I think the answer there was a yes and a yes.
Thank you. Okay, Professor Kleinschwärzer, the question is for you.
Yeah.
To what extent, if any, logistics and supply chain management is covered? Question for HDBW.
Can you repeat it?
To what extent, if any, logistics and supply chain management is covered by the course, I suppose?
Okay, I will share the one slide where all the courses are mentioned, and I can go just a second. I can go into the slide. Just a second, I bring it back on the other side. Sorry, I was jumping. I was not in detailed in the slide. So I'll share it. I can share it.
You should be able. I haven't changed any.
Okay.
Rooms.
So yeah, I will tell you, because it doesn't work. So we have different courses in logistics. So we have, just let me see, we have global supply chain management, risk management, global procurement, sourcing. We have lean production and production optimization. This goes also in this direction. We have digital value chain and smart logistics. And we have production strategy and manufacturing in global networks. This addresses also the logistics topic in the area. We have business analysis and optimization processes. This goes also in the supply chain topic in a global context. So this means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lectures out of 6, 12, 14, which are addressing the topic of logistics and supply chain. Is the question answered, or?
Yes, definitely, I think.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So and you will see it also in the presentation. And if there are further questions, please get in contact.
Thank you. Professor Ott, the question is for you. Any specific experience requirements? And maybe I can combine it with the next question. Do you check the grades? Is it needed good academic grades, I guess, to get accepted for the bachelor's program?
The grades, I just actually was looking into this because we had an applicant who has his A levels. And this is not a Rosenheim rule. And again, I'm not an admissions expert, but Nino is. But I understand, like, for example, grades at the A level are only accepted at C or above. So from our perspective from our program, no, we don't look at the grades, but there are minimum requirements that Germany requires. And they depend on the country. It's a little complicated. That's why this uni assist is involved. But so no, we don't look at the grades, and you don't need any prior experience for this degree. Although in Germany, for an engineering degree, you need to have a certain level of math and science. You have a certain number of courses in your high school degree. And again, there's websites with all this information on it. The DAD has some, but it's something that my German university might be able to help you with. But from our point of view, you can come in without knowing anything about wood, and you can do wood technology.
Thank you. And just to assist Professor in the regard of if you have access to a study program directly, or maybe you need to do a Studienkolleg, I just posted a link and specifically wrote that this is for bachelors. You can check if you have a direct access or not. This is from 𝘗𝘬𝘳. And there you need to write from which country you are graduating from a high school, what is your, do you have A levels or whatever you have, and then they will be asking you follow-up questions to determine if you have this direct access. Once you have a direct access, then you can just apply for a study program. And in case you do not have direct access, then you need to do 1 year of the university studies in your home country or a Studienkolleg in Germany. Please take into account that Studienkolleg will be done in German language, and usually there are no scholarships for Studienkollegs. Okay, Professor Kleinschwärzer, the question is about the job market. Aria is asking, is there demand in Germany for specialists in digital factory systems and operational excellence?
Since Germany, there's a very, very huge demand, since Germany is a world leading in exporting goods. So we have a high degree of specialists, especially in this digital factory and logistics area. So we have a lot of world leader logistic companies, 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨, and so on. We have a lot of global market leaders in industry. So we have the biggest car industry in the world doing a transforming process towards a battery mobility. They also in Munich, we have BMW. In Munich, we have at Stuttgart. This is about 2 hours drive or 2.5 hours drive. We have Mercedes-Benz. We have in Ingolstadt, it's about an hour drive. We have Audi there, and there are the headquarters. We have Porsche at Stuttgart. So we have a lot of car industry. We have a lot of suppliers for them. So they are all transforming towards Industry 4.0. And there's a huge demand on specialists. And as you may know, we have a demographic factor here in Germany. So, and we have the baby boomers getting retired. So we have a very, very huge market for young professionals in these areas. And we are looking, especially here in Germany, we are looking for international students and qualified bachelor and master degrees to support this situation here in Germany, where the specialists are getting retired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this also, Holly, I think this is also a big topic for the wood industry, you know?
Yeah,
we are facing here in
even
Germany.
more interesting because we just had a conversation with a company called Lights, and they have people retiring in other countries. So we're talking India, Canada, Brazil, Indonesia, and these are people, they're the managing directors, they're the technical marketing, and there's Germans there right now. The German moved there, whatever, and lived there, but now they're retiring and they cannot find people with wood experience. And so we're looking into programs that can also find support, like scholarship programs, because the companies are really interested in wood technologists. So you're completely right.
So it's a huge market for young professionals in Germany. And as you know, we have a lot of high industry here. We have a lot of scientists. We are one of the leading countries worldwide. We are a small country, but industry-wise, we are one of the leading top 3. Huh? And this is a big factor to decide to study in Germany and also to get a job in Germany.
Thank you. Professor Ott, next question is for you. Can international students also do their internship in Germany, even if they don't speak fluent German yet? And the next question is about housing. Do you have housing available on campus, or is it usually private renting?
Okay, so I did an internship without speaking fluent German. That's the best way to learn, right? So especially young people who we do the internship after let's see, it's after 5 semesters in our program. And so you have already a lot of basics and a lot of tools, especially for my course that you take in the 5th semester. And that's a lot of the companies need these tools. So it tends to be a good win-win situation that you're there interested to get practical experience and apply what you've learned, but also you're speaking the language. And then, sorry, what was the other? Oh, the housing.
About housing.
We have dorms on site, and there's actually old dorms and new dorms. A lot of students in Germany, they live together in apartments. They call them it's 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘳𝘵𝘪𝘱 in German. It's basically a community living. It's a word that doesn't exist anywhere else, and that means that they rent a place together. And so some of those are also organized by different parts of the community. So and we have then, of course, support for helping students find housing, because that is a challenge also in Munich, right, to find housing. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Yeah, for Professor Kleinschwätzer, the question is about background. Nadine is asking, is the program open to students from non-engineering backgrounds if they have a strong management or analytical skills?
Yep. And therefore we have implemented, as I mentioned in my presentation, the pre-master. So we are in general open for business, also for business students with a strong focus moving towards more technical further qualification in the master's degree. And as I said in the presentation, we found out that the engineering levels or the entry levels are very, very, very different depending from what country and what university the students are coming from, depending also on the lectures they had in the bachelor degree. And therefore we decided implementing the pre-master to get them all on a certain qualification level. And this has worked out very, very well, yeah. So the question is, yeah, it is also open for business students by doing a pre-qualification before starting the master course.
Thank you so much. Another question is for you. Do I need to submit proof of programming or technical skills during the application? I don't know what's meant by submit, maybe extra certificates or something.
So I'm not in the admission sorry for that, but I think the easiest thing is getting in contact with our support and our office, and they can help you further. But I didn't really understand what was meant in the questions. Tools or qualification for application, or
yeah, I think it says, do I need to submit proof of programming or technical skills during the application?
Okay, approve. No. As I mentioned on the presentation, the general qualification was your bachelor degree. You have not to send a certificate of programming or something like that to get applied for the degree. No. You have not to send beforehand some certificates and things like that. I think this comes up then in the general application process where you discusses with the office how it fits or what they need or not. But in general, no.
I have another meeting now. Can I take the rest of my questions now?
Yes, so I think there is only one question which says, does the school has instrumentation control engineering program? I don't know, it's the very first question that came, but I don't. So, dear attendee, I will check that for you. We will let Professor Ott leave because I think the rest of the questions I can take there about technical things if the application is
you
online.
already
So.
entered my email.
Yes, I did.
𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵𝘰. Yeah, go ahead. And I have information sessions twice a month. I think the next one is coming up. Hang on one second, everybody. Next week, next week on the 4th, at 12 o'clock German time and at 8 p.m. German time. So normally for people that are living overseas, 12 o'clock midday would be something like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. So if you're interested in that, that's on our course website, and you can register, and then you get the link, and then you can ask me any more questions. Okay, and Marcos, nice to see you again.
Yeah, we call.
We
Okay.
can call, yeah, okay. Everybody have a good evening or good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Or good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Nino, again.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Oh, and Nino, do you need the presentation?
I think I have from you.
Okay.
I will check that.
Bye.
Bye. Few more questions are there. There was one question about, do I need to have good grades and so on. So I checked it for master's program. You don't need a specific GPA requirement, and for the bachelor's program, as mentioned by Professor Ott, you just need direct access, so they don't check the grades. Another question is about, again, instrumentation and control engineering program. I think there is none at the university, right, Professor?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Background in material science, is it accepted? For all backgrounds that is accepted, I can briefly show that to you, everybody. And I will also let Professor go because I'm a bit over time right now. But anyways, if you go to the course page, or if you search for the program in our study finder, you can see that for bachelor, what kind of bachelor is accepted. Everything is listed here: industrial engineering, business administration, production logistics, mechanical engineering, and comparable subjects. And you can see what are the requirements, what are the admission documents, also listed by professor. You can also see it on the course website. You can just easily check it, everything here as well. So I consider this question also as answered. So this was answered. Is the program designed to provide practical experience? Professor mentioned this. Universities of Applied Sciences usually concentrate on that, and lots of professors have connections with the industry, or having their own side job or business. I don't know how to call it. So yes, you will of course get hands-on experience.
Just one information to that. So what I just doing on the 26th of November, we are going out to the Munich airport, and we have here excursion. So we can see the new terminal because they have an expansion of the terminal. And I do that. This is just an example of what we are doing, and my colleagues and I. We went out with the project management group. We get a possibility to see the new airport, and this is a very secure location. So I know the manager from the airport, and I'm in contact with him, and he allowed us to do their a special program for the students, so they see that what we are teaching them on theory and methods and things like that, theoretical things, that they get used in a practical approach in a day-by-day business. No? So and this is very important, that you can see the methods I've learned. They have a very high level of relevance in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And that we are doing very often, that we go out with the students, master and bachelor students, on site to get the things experienced in the real life.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much, Professor.